Welcome, bienvenido. In this video, I'll take you through the brief of my adventure in Argentina. I'll share travel tips, tricks, and answer a common question about traveling as a solo Black woman in Argentina. Was it racist? This topic is close to my heart, so stay tuned. If it's your first time here, I'm Marlene, and my passion is finding hip things to do abroad and inspiring you to travel differently. You can check the travel playlist. But most important content of the day is here. Before we dive in, I've included chapters below if you want to skip to a specific topic. And if you have trouble understanding my accent, don't worry. I've added closed caption as well. I do read the comment about my accent. Y si quieren leer en español, pueden cambiar la idioma también aquí. So let's get started. We will start with the logistic of getting to Argentina. I was flying from London, so flying from here can be quite expensive. So my first travel tip is to always have a layover and fly to a city that is other than the capital, or to fly to a neighborhood country. So in this case, I flew from London to Sao Paulo in Brazil, because actually Sao Paulo is a business hub in South America, and flying there, getting there on a Saturday morning saved me a lot of money. I will admit that this type of strategies requires some energy, but I'm a certified fly hacker, so what do you want? So I left London 6 p.m. the night before. I had a layover in Frankfurt, and then I took a 11-hour flight to Sao Paulo. From there, I caught another 3-hour flight to Buenos Aires at around 10 a.m. I landed at 5 a.m. and left at 10 a.m. The long transfer time is because of security procedure, and it's such a long corridor to walk in Sao Paulo, a few terminals. So I always advise, if you can, travel with hand luggage only. I'll make a separate video about that and what to pack and our travel light, so stay tuned. But beware of German airlines. They can be very strict with luggage size and weight. There's always the luggage police there. Once you land in Argentina, you need data. And for the data, I always use eSIM to stay connected. So it's called, I use an app called iRelo. You can find the link in the description below. You can also get a discount code. Win-win. In terms of money, never in any circumstances exchange money at the airport or withdraw cash from the ATM in Argentina. You will get a terrible exchange rate. Like, Argentina has 2 exchange rates due to some government rules and high level in inflation. So what most people do, they use the blue dollar rate because prices change daily. The best way to get is through a cambio or Western Union. So you can bring US dollar, euros, or pound. So for example, the official exchange rate for dollar to pesos is 245 pesos to the dollar. But if you go into the blue dollar rate market, you get to 395 pesos. And the same goes for the pound. The equivalent of the pound is 500 pesos, which stretch my money quite further. So you can also pay by card. Visa, MasterCard, they offer similar rate as the blue rate. However, in restaurant, I advise you to pay with cash, because they give you a 10% discount if you give them cash. And to be honest, I feel like paying with credit card makes more sense at hotels, because if you pay by cash, you will have to pay the 21% VAT. But if you pay by card, as a foreigner, you don't get charged for that. And on top of the blue dollar rate, so your hotel room is almost half price. My total budget for hotels, tours, and transportation, including 2 internal flights, came to a reasonable 800 pounds. So not too bad at all. To get around Argentina, you can fly or take overnight buses. Buses are safer and comfortable. If you prefer, you can also rent a car. But sharing the cost of a car with a group is ideal. So if you're a solo traveler, it's not worth your while to just take the public transport. Within town, you can take buses during the day. You can buy a ticket very easily at the bus station. There's buses every 30 minutes to every hour. It's super convenient and fast. They also have luggage storage. So if for example, you're in a place for a day, you can just leave it there, go visit, and come back, get your bus. In big city like Buenos Aires, you have Uber, and they also have the metro system, Subte. You use a rechargeable card to pay for it. So now let's talk about my 16-day itinerary. I'm gonna go briefly around the itinerary, and below in the description there will be like every single video about all the places that I visit. But here I should just go quickly through it for those who haven't seen the videos. So on the first day I arrived in Jujuy, San Salvador de Jujuy. I arrived there in the evening and explore a bit in the next morning. Jujuy is the starting point to explore the northern region of Argentina. From Jujuy, I took a taxi to Tilcara, and Tilcara was actually my base for visiting the mountain. So the famous attraction there, Purmamarca, is well known for its hills of 7 colors, and you have also Hornocal in Humahuaca, which is known for its hill of 14 colors. On day 5, I traveled by bus from Tilcara to Cafayate. The bus ride took about 7 hours of stunning scenery. So I'm pretty tired that night. I had a nice meal, like some empanadas. Cafayate is well known for its wine. It's the second biggest wine region in Argentina. So you have Cafayate and Mendoza, Cafayate being the cheapest one. So on day 6, I spent the day drinking wine with a friend that I met there. The good thing about Cafayate is quite small. You can walk around town pretty easily and go to different estancias. Or you can also rent a bike and ride 20 minutes to visit winery a bit in the surrounding of town. Another activity that Cafayate is well known for is to cycle the Route 68. So this is what I did on day 7. I rented a bicycle and cycled 47 kilometers from Garganta del Diablo back to Cafayate. And what you do actually, you take a bus from Cafayate to Garganta del Diablo and then you cycle back. So that was stunning. I linked the video in the description as well. Totally recommend the activity. Or if you have a car, you can rent a car for a day and don't cycle. Day 8, I left Cafayate. I will say that if you leave Cafayate on the weekend and you want to take an early bus back to Salta, you have to book the space the day before, because I tried to do it last minute and it was a big mistake. So I had to wait another 4 hours to be able to catch a bus that day, which I wasted the day and I couldn't see much of Salta, because on the next day, which is now day 9, I had to go to Buenos Aires. Then I spent 4 days in Buenos Aires, which was my latest video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was amazing, good food, good vibe, met a few friends, just the city life. And then day 14 to 16, this was the time where I went to Iguazú Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world, and it was amazing. So I just want to go back into this itinerary. You can switch the days around as you wish. And I also really recommend to actually end in Buenos Aires. But the only reason why I put Iguazú at the end is because I was flying back to London from Brazil, so it was making more sense. Iguazú Falls are the border of Brazil. So you can do 1 day visiting the waterfalls on the Argentinian side, then you cross the border and you visit Brazil, and then off to Sao Paulo, then off to London. But if you are flying in and out of Argentina, I will fly directly from Salta to Iguazú, There's a direct flight. It's an hour and 20-minute flight. Do 2 days there, and then fly back to Buenos Aires and end the trip in a more relaxed way. So now it's time to address the big question. Is Argentina racist? You know, when it comes to traveling as a Black person, there can be some concern and insecurities fueled by the way the media portrays us. But I can assure you, my aim in this channel is to inspire people from all around the world and all backgrounds to explore the world without fear. And in fact, I face a challenge when traveling. I face a challenge through all my life. Even here on YouTube, I can face the same challenges and insecurity. When I look at my analytics and I see a drop in the views when my face appears in the video, I'm like, this is the moment where most of people have been dropping. That's a bit strange. So to combat this insecurity of mine and to feel more confident in my content creation, I'm putting my face on every single thumbnail going forward. So then I'll be confident that the right audience will be watching my videos. And that's just the way it is. So now let's address the elephant in the room, racism. I've experienced it during my 15 years of globetrotting. Of course I did. Surprisingly, even in countries that you wouldn't expect. However, today the focus is Argentina, and I'm really glad to say that it was a totally different experience there. People in Argentina, they just own their own business. There's like some curiosity. There were like some curiosity about, why are you vlogging? Where are you from, etc. But they will say that to any tourist. And of course, I had like some children like staring at me, giggling, but what you can do, that's just kids, and they will mature at some point. And also men will sometimes be a bit flirty and stuff. But this is for any foreign woman in a foreign country where they've never seen a woman like this before. So you just need to be cautious about this kind of thing as a woman. So, and in terms of race, it was only mentioned one, as I say, like kids. There's a little girl, she was a bit confused about me. What do I speak Spanish and French and just curious like this. And her mom was like, sorry, because we were coming from a small town and we'd never have foreigners there. Like, I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then subscribe to my channel, add with me on Instagram. So no issue like that. So overall, Argentinians were super friendly, open-minded, and super welcoming. So, but I'm interested. So leave in the comment if you experience anything differently, or if you live there as a Black person and you have different experiences. But I'm giving this video, my perspective in this video is as a traveler, and as a Black traveler, there's no issue whatsoever. So please go to Argentina. It's a very beautiful and fascinating, diverse country. There's so much to explore. The landscape is just magnificent. It's just breathtaking. I didn't even go to Patagonia, which is even apparently the better. Like the landscape in Patagonia is even crazier. So it's definitely, I will go back to Argentina and do Patagonia for a couple of weeks. So it's almost, I would say Argentina is almost a traveler paradise. And I say almost because in terms of accommodation, I was not too impressed. I really like boutique, design, hotel. Like hospitality is a big thing for me because that's the goal of my brand is hip abroad. And it was really hard to find hip places outside of Buenos Aires. Like Buenos Aires was exceptional. You can find fantastic hotel, beautiful restaurant. It's really the vibe that I'm trying to convey, but also it's also good to the goal of traveling to see another culture is also to live like a local and go to local places. And another thing that also was surprising for me was the breakfast. So in every single hotel, I was shocked that breakfast, they didn't have any protein. So it was only cakes, juice, like everything very sweet. So it was a bit bizarre. Personally, I like fasting in the morning anyway, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But if you are health conscious and you like your protein in the morning, something is a bit of a cultural difference you need to get used to. So that's it. That's my summary about my experience in Argentina. But thanks a lot for watching this video and joining me in this conversation. If you enjoyed it and want to be part of the Hip Abroad community, don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot to me. I don't like to ask, but I have to if I want to grow this channel. And please remember that the world is meant to be explored, and we need to break all these stereotypes, one trip at a time. Until next time, and live inspired.